I've got 3 days off, you guys, and I'm so excited. It's a pretty good little haul for this one spot. Seems to be doing better and better. These black trumpets really seem to like these types of palms, magnolias, and there's another fungus that grows around here that I always seem to find black trumpets near. I'll have to find it and show you. Sometimes I feel like the mosquitoes are the guardians of this black trumpet spot, because they're bad in the woods, but they are so much worse in this one little area. So this is the fungus, if I can get close enough. This guy right here. I always seem to find these growing, well, I usually find these and then the black trumpets. So if you're hunting and you see this, take a good look around, get real close to the ground and start looking for those black trumpets. we're back home now. It was a good little mushroom hunt. Not a whole lot of chanterelles or other edibles out there, but I got a lot of black trumpets. So I think I'm gonna do some maintenance out here today, and maybe take a few more propagation cuttings. I've got a jar. I have quite a few jars, but I want to try doing some sphagnum moss propagations in a sealed mason jar and see how well that does. Pick some more beans from my plants. Actually got a lot of beans off of these bean plants. I kind of planted them just because I found the seeds and I was like, what the heck, let's see if they do well. Some of these have already turned yellow, so I can leave them to dry and save these seeds. And then some of these are still young and can be eaten fresh. I'm not sure about this one. It's kind of in between stages. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to go see Ricky for lunch or not. We're supposed to be doing something tomorrow. I think originally he had planned that we were going to go camping. So I took tomorrow, which is Saturday, off for that reason. And then we had to run some errands after work yesterday. We were out pretty late last night and I didn't sleep very well, so when I woke up I was just not feeling great. I didn't feel like I slept at all, so I called my boss to see if he needed me. It's been really slow and I knew he was gonna have a full crew, so he said that I was good to take the day off and to enjoy my weekend. Like I said, I've got 3 days off. That's really nice. That rarely ever happens. So before I have to leave, if he asked me to come bring him lunch, then I'll have to leave in about 40 minutes. So I'm going to try to get some work done while I'm here at the house, and we'll see how it goes from there. I was going to open this box, but I think I should not. It's looking good in there. I'm not sure. I could be totally off base here, but you see the sphagnum moss where it's green? I think that I'm reviving this brown sphagnum moss. I mean, it looks like it's starting to grow again, which I've heard you can do that, but I heard it was difficult, so I don't know. And then you can see lots of new leaves. My global green and philodendron all putting out new leaves. And I think this is my Baltic blue over here. I thought I had some Adansonii in here. I'm hoping I do anyway. But I've got new growth on all that. New leaves in here as well. Even looks like my Micans has put on some new leaves. And inside this box, I think they're actually starting to grow. Looks like it to me anyway. I might end up pulling the mother leaf off of my Maranta soon. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. I think everybody's like rooted in, which is a good sign, and I do think I'm seeing some growth in here. Pretty exciting. These guys desperately need some water. They're so dried out. Here's another container that I want to do some propagations in. It holds moisture really well. So I don't know, maybe I'll do some of these that are already rooted in there. Or some of these. Something's still eating on this guy. Look how white this pearls and jade or enjoy. I'm not sure. I never am sure. Look how white this guy is. It's got something going on that's making the leaves kind of clear. I've got some Syngonium babies out here. I don't know what the type. If anybody does, you can feel free to let me know. This one as well. Little string of hearts. Oh, look, it's got like a bulb. Huh. It's kind of trailing, growing into another pot. My man julep, although this isn't looking great. And it hasn't really ever since I brought it home. It looks like my Splash Hoya has been going on a journey. I'm gonna try cutting this guy up. So, like I said, we're supposed to be going camping. I don't know if that's still gonna happen, partially because neither of us actually planned anything. I've kind of learned if you don't plan it, it doesn't happen. Then again, sometimes, you know, you just spur of the moment do things. Not sure if that's gonna happen. I hope it does. I hope we do something at least. We need to get out and do something together. Get away from the house a little bit. Get off our phones. We just absorb too much Facebook reels and TV shows. Though we did just we canceled our Netflix. It's not ours, okay? His brother canceled his Netflix, which kind of sucked because our favorite shows were on there. But we found out that one of our favorite shows has like 8 seasons on Hulu. So we're really excited about that, being able to start watching Alone from season 1. Very exciting. We've seen 2 seasons. I think it was 6 and 8 or something like that. We really like that show. I think one season they did a couples edition, and if they ever do that, we might apply. We might apply for the couples edition. I think that would be so much fun. So anyway, yes, I would like us to get out of the house and do something active together. While I'm doing this, I thought I would share some photos with you guys that my cousin sent to a group chat that my cousin, myself, and my little sister are in. Some photos from our childhood. I think I was 4, and I'm pretty sure it was the day they brought my little sister home from the hospital, and I still remember standing next to her bassinet. I could be wrong. Maybe she was a little older than that, and I was just watching her and somebody snapped my picture, but I feel like I remember that picture being taken. She sent these, I guess she found them somewhere and sent them to us in the Facebook chat, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. Some days I turn on the camera and I can talk very well, like I have some sort of education. And then other days I turn it on and I'm just a bumbly mess that's making no sense and repeating myself over and over again. And I apologize for that. I do appreciate those of you that still like to hang out with me. So I put some spag in here. I have to make a decision on what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. Okay, so the plants that are already rooted are too tall for this. So I'm gonna take some of my Hoya. Is this Australis Splash? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take some cuttings and put those in here, and then the other ones I'll put in this container. So some other photos that she sent were, there's one of my mom and my Aunt Katrina, my cousin's mother, obviously, at their dad's funeral, along with my Meemaw, who in this photo, I don't know if you'll be able to zoom in, probably not. Maybe I'll try to zoom in and get a close-up for you, but in this photo, she reminds me of a, like, older sort of Jamie Lee Curtis, like the shape of her face and her features and stuff like that. Tell me if I'm wrong or right, because I was comparing photos side by side of the two of them, and I really think that she favors her. Anyway, my Meemaw died in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. I remember the day she died. She died in home, but I never got to meet my mom's dad, which is the funeral that they are at here. He died before I was born. Obviously, I mean, my mom in the photo is like 16, actually maybe a little younger than that, because I think she had me at 15 or 16. Anyway, in the photo, she is sporting a super cute look, I thought. She's wearing a pantsuit, and I think she's rocking it. I thought it was a great photo of her. And then there is this picture of me and my cousin at what appears to be a family gathering. I'm imagining Thanksgiving because that is the only time I think we really ever went to this side of the family functions. That and family reunions, but I think this was probably a Thanksgiving. And my cousin mentioned that I had a stank face on, is what she called it. And yeah, I do. I kind of do. But I don't remember this event. I don't remember being there. I remember the outfit I'm wearing. And I didn't think I looked that cute in it. But now I look back and I'm like, dang, I could actually sport something like that. Like, I never think I look good in anything. But I think I look pretty cute here. And then there's another one of me and my sister standing next to my mom when she was pregnant with my little brother. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit, some photos from me growing up, if you're interested, but there it is. I'm gonna chop, because this is very heavy, it keeps falling over. I think I'm gonna chop her all the way back to right here, both of these vines, and we'll put them in here. This guy could be a plant all by itself, I think, so I'm gonna chop this right there. And then we'll handle the rest of these in a minute. This looks like one of his little things dried out. So I'm gonna cut that off too. Then what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit more spag in here. Sorry, you guys cannot see what I'm doing. Got some spag in a jar. Since this is like the perfect thing to stick in here, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And this will be my mason jar experiment. Mason jar propagation experiment. And then, there we go. We'll see how that goes. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm a huge fan of mason jars. Always have been, even before I really understood what they were for. I just love mason jars. And I love plants, so perfect combination. This does not have a clear lid, obviously, so I'm gonna have to stick it, I think, like kind of next to this big light here, so it gets some light from the sides, hopefully. Ugh, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, so the rest of these, I guess, are gonna go in here. And I'll just kind of lay them in there. I think they'll be fine. I'm just gonna chop them. I don't think I'm gonna pull the leaves off. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. You have to remember, Christy, they can't see everything. Cut in between the leaf nodes, a couple of pieces that still have a leaf attached. Here, I'm gonna stick those in there, and then all the rest are just sticks. I don't even know if they'll grow. I guess so. I mean, that's pretty much what I did in the other propagations you guys saw me do the other day. Some other photos I wanted to show you guys while I was doing this is actually from something I found at work when I was doing some cleaning. From like 1970 something. It's called the greenhouse, and it had a bunch of like cards inside. I don't know if any of you 80s babies will remember. I'm trying to think of what it was called. It was like some kind of thing parents could buy. It was like a little bus, or I don't know, maybe a barn that like held cards, and maybe you learned something. Man, I'm gonna have to try to look it up, and if I can find what I'm talking about, I'll insert it. But it reminded me a lot of that, only it had everything to do with plants instead of like school stuff. So there were a bunch of cards in there with different there were categories, and the one I was most interested in obviously was the house plants. And I came across a few plants that I recognize from today, like present time, that had different names back in the day. Like they have renamed the plants since the 70s. And I took a photo of a few of them, more than a few, and I wanted to share them with you guys. Like there's one of them here that they used to call a philodendron peperomia. That's a little odd to me. Like those are two different categories of plants, you know? Like there's the philodendron class or genus or species. I don't know which, whatever. And then there's the peperomias. 2 different plants. But it was called a philodendron peperomia. Philodendron micans was called a velvet. Anyway, I'm going to put them across the screen kind of fast and just let you guys see what I'm talking about. I was sharing a couple of them to my planty Instagram page, which, by the way, you guys have to remind me. I didn't link that when I was talking about my plant sales. I haven't linked anything in the description for you guys. And, well, maybe you guys just aren't interested, so that's why you haven't reminded me. But I'm going to try to remember to link all that stuff for y'all. Just in case, on the rare chance that any of you are actually interested, you can go check it out. But I was sharing these photos on there because, you know, planty people follow that stuff, and I know they're more interested than most other people. But I thought it was really cool to see what plants were really popular in the 70s, and the fact that they just like renamed plants since then is kind of, it's not crazy because, you know, with me being into mushrooms, mushroom names are being changed all the time because, you know, further studies are done on them and they realize that they are part of one genus or family or whatever, and not the other like they had previously thought. Like they're able to get better research out of new technology, and they realized that they were wrong, so they changed the name. And it happens all the time, but I guess I just didn't think that that was really happening in the houseplant world so much for some reason. I just wanted to share those with you. Thought it was pretty cool. All right, so I've got the rest of my Splash Hoya in this little container. You guys, I bought this if any of you are interested in using this for cookie jar, candy jar, aquarium, propagation container. Dollar Tree. It was at the time only $1. Now it would be $1.25 because they've changed it. But yeah, I hope this works. So it needs some light as well. I really need to get my my lighting my lighting situation figured out. Just had an idea. I don't know if it'll work. I hope this recovers from being chopped. Some of these leaves don't look great. It was looking really good a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it just got too much rain. I know Hoyas really don't like a whole lot of moisture, and we've been getting a ton of rain over the last week or so, and there's supposed to be even more coming. This weekend, the highs are supposed to be in like the high 60s. That's exciting. That's kind of why I was really hoping we get to go camping, because I don't like camping when it's extremely hot or extremely cold, and this is kind of a perfect mix. I will let you guys know if we do end up going camping or if we don't. I tell you guys pretty much everything, whether you want to know it or not. Okay, so lighting. Lighting is what I need to be focusing on right now. Aha. I think I figured something out. I'm going to show you something, you guys. Don't judge me. I know you're going to judge me. That's okay. I just saw this, so at least, you know, give me that. So I have frogs that still live in here. These are the frog turds. It's so gross. But I don't want us to disturb the froggies. There's several of them up here enjoying the light, and they help keep critters, bugs, and stuff out of here. So I will eventually, once I look and they're gone, I will clean their poops up. But I just thought it was cute to look up here and see a bunch of frogs hanging out. I also just learned that I can switch the screeny thing on my camera without having to stop filming. Okay, so what I was thinking was this. Why don't look at the camera and not at yourself. What I was thinking was this. So I've got another one of those lights right there. And I think maybe I can hang it from this shelf with the little chains that come with it. Hey, froggy. Hey there. You're doing a great job. So then I can put more propagations down there. I think I'm gonna try it. No froggies. Oh, you know, it's probably gonna be too long. Oh, look at that belly. I look pregnant all the time, don't I? I look pregnant. I'm not. It's just because I slouch and I have, well, I've always had a big belly. And I ate a lot yesterday. Don't judge me, you guys. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe this will work. Got a big plastic bin that we lost the lid to, and the handle broke off, so it wouldn't have sealed anyway. But if I put this on the ground, maybe I could lay the light over it. Like this. So it does hang off a little bit. I know it's filthy, you guys. And I'm gonna have to double check, but I don't think these bulbs get hot, so it should be okay just resting on the sides like this. And then I can stick these. Oh my goodness. Move over, Rover. Stick these guys in here like that, and they'll get the light they need. What do you think? I think it'll work. I think it'll work just fine. I just have to remember to come in here and turn those lights off at night. I'm so lazy. Look at that. This little jar sealable lid fits perfectly on my mason jar. So now it can go in here too. Fantastic. I'll squeeze you. Oh, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Put you in here. Oh, between these two guys. So I put all my new prop containers in here. I think the lighting is better for them this way. I watched or did some research on whether you can grow new plants from Hoya leaves, and from what I found, it says no. But I'm going to try it anyway. This little hole here is like the perfect size to hold my little Hoya. And give my little cactuses some liquid dirt. They're probably so dry they won't take it up at this point. I don't think I've ever watered them since I got them. This guy might be able to use some too. There's some really great sleeping bags my boss and his wife gave us. They're like for the really cold. Can you read that upside down? Contoured. Pretty cool. Oh. Alright, I'm already running out of energy. I don't know how this happens. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't heard from my boyfriend yet whether he wants me to bring him lunch or not. And I know his lunchtime is sometime soon, so I'm going to take a little break from recording and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, you guys, so I didn't realize how long I had been recording previously. The video is long enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. I've already edited everything, so it's up, it's ready to go. I just needed to tack on an ending here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on my first day off of my 3 days. I'm very excited. Ricky's on his way home. We'll see what adventures await. I will see you in the next one.